Morning everybody, hope you all are having a great day. Today I'm going to show you a simple meal to make. It's baked tofu with baked radishes. You can do whatever type of extra veggies you want. This is just one that I have been having lately a lot for lunch or dinners. So I'm also very excited. We are getting so close to 100. We are less than 10 away from hitting that 100 mark, and then we'll keep going from there. Thank you so much everyone who has subscribed. Make sure if you're enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up, and let's jump right into this recipe. So the first thing you're gonna need for this one is some firm or extra firm tofu. So let's go ahead and cut into this guy and press him to get all the water out. Now we did finally break down and buy a tofu press since we've been having this so much lately. So this guy's very easy. Just put him in there, squish him down a little. Pull these sides over, clip it back. You can see it gets a lot of liquid out right away for it. And we like prepping our tofu before we're gonna start cooking. So what we do is we put this in here, I'd say about half an hour before we're gonna use it. And then we throw it in our fridge to just keep it cool and to let it suck out more of the moisture. As you can see, just a little bit goes by and there's still more to come out. So we'll throw this in the fridge while we start prepping our radishes. Now I grabbed a bundle of radishes that we will be using to bake today. So first thing, we just want to get it away from the greens here. And I've already washed them all off. And then I like saving the greens so you can make into like a radish basil pesto or into some type of ranch style vegan dressing. And then also you can throw these in smoothies if you want. It does give it that radish kind of flavor, so I wouldn't use a lot if you're doing them in green smoothies. Now we just want to cut the ends off of all of these. All right, got all of our little pieces cut off the radishes. And now we are just gonna dice these guys up. And I like leaving them in bigger chunks. And depending on the size of these, I like doing 2 cuts on going each way here. And then if I see ones that are kind of big, I will go ahead and cut those in half. Okay, so we have our radishes all cut up. Next, I am just gonna add them to a container. This is where we will add our seasonings to it. So with the seasonings today, what we are gonna do is we're gonna have half a tablespoon of Cavender's, half a tablespoon of chili powder, a teaspoon of cumin, and a teaspoon of garlic powder. I like to leave the seasonings on my tofu and the radishes for anywhere up to about an hour, just so it really absorbs all of the seasonings. Of course, if you're in a rush and you just need to cook them right away, you can just shake them up, throw them on a pan, and get them cooking right away. I've just found when you do that, it doesn't absorb as much of the seasonings to them. So let's get these ones added in. Now that we got all our seasonings in here, we are gonna throw a lid on here and then just shake them all up. Now that we are done shaking these guys up, you can go ahead, leave them out if you're gonna cook them soon, or throw them in the fridge and just let the seasoning seep into the radishes now. One thing to remember is to keep draining your tofu. I do it about every 10 minutes. This tofu press that we got works great for it. I have let my tofu press for about half an hour now, so let's go ahead and get this guy out of here. And then coming out of the tofu press, I always find this side has some bubbles on there. I'm not really worried about that at all. Now this guy, we're just gonna cut him up into cubes. So first thing, we'll just wanna slice right down the middle. And then just cut it up into whatever size cubes that you want. If you want bigger, go for bigger. If you want some smaller ones, go for smaller ones. I kind of do it so I have a variety of smaller and bigger ones. And next we are gonna add our tofu into a bowl to mix it up that way with our seasonings again. And again, the seasonings we're going to be using is half a tablespoon of Cavender's, half a tablespoon of chili powder, a teaspoon of cumin, and a teaspoon of garlic powder. Now, of course, you can do these seasonings just to taste however you want them to be. This is the normal way I season my tofu. Now that we got all of our seasonings in here, we are just going to mix this one up. And I found out the hard way, just mix this one a lot slower than you do the radishes, or you're gonna get a lot of crumbles in the tofu here. Now that we got the seasonings over all of these ones, you can go anywhere from right now throwing it on a pan to an hour of having it seep in the seasonings. The longer you do it, the more the tofu does absorb those seasonings and just gives it a better taste. So for this one, I will probably do about half an hour in our fridge just to let this get the flavor in there. And then we'll throw this and our radishes on a pan and bake those guys. All right, so next thing we're gonna do, set our oven to 450 degrees, and then we're gonna grab a pan to bake on. I really like the pizza pan because of the holes in here. Really helps to bake the tofu all the way through. And then I'm using a piece of foil here that I kind of made into a little pan for our radishes. Since they are wet, they love to just drip through here into the oven. So doing this helps eliminate that big mess and the cleanup that you have to do after for it. So while our oven is getting all warmed up, let's go ahead and lay out our radishes and tofu. As you can see, there's a bunch of liquid in there, so I like to drain this guy first before I throw it on here. And now that we got that liquid out of there, we can just lay these guys out. And next we will have our tofu. Get them so they're not stacked on top of each other. As you can see with the seasonings, they look very good. All right, let's go ahead and throw these guys into the oven, and then we are gonna cook them for 20 minutes. This way when they come out, they'll be nice and crispy. We'll have good baked radishes and good baked tofu. So while that's going through, we can start cutting up our veggies that we're gonna have alongside this meal. And the things I've been really enjoying with the baked tofu lately, besides the radishes, is cucumber, tomatoes with salt, and then also hearts of palm in there. And now I like to add salt to my tomatoes. That is just the way I've grown up, and my grandma always had tomatoes with salt with every meal. All right, our tofu and radishes is done cooking. So look how delicious that is, nice and browned out on there. Same with our radishes. So let's go ahead and serve these ones up. Now we got our plate all set up here. Got our tofu, our radishes, our tomatoes, hearts of palm, cucumber, and a homemade vegan ranch style dip I made. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video of our baked tofu and radishes with some veggies on the side there. Again, if you did enjoy this one, make sure to give it a thumbs up. leave a comment in the comment section, and definitely make sure to subscribe. So close to hitting that 100 mark. Hopefully the next video I will be at 100. See you all next time. I forgot oil. Yes, it's recording.
Gee, don't forget the oil, I told you.
I even said it in the video and then forgot.
Hey, Mama.
Still not coming off too bad.
Did my mommy? Yeah, oh. Okay. Yeah.